How's it going, everybody? I'm trying to buzz through these Helix Stadium tutorial type videos as quickly as I can, but unfortunately, my schedule's not cooperating, so I'm doing everything I can. What I'm going to do right now is go through. I've got a backup. I made a fresh backup of my Helix floor. So we're going to go over how to import all of your presets, IRs, all of that stuff from the Helix floor or Helix line to the new Helix Stadium. So let me flip on the Stadium and I will fire up the Stadium app. So let's get to that. Let's move this here. And there's my wonderful desktop. Let's open the Stadium app. I said, let's open the Stadium app. There we go. All right. So let's flip the Stadium on. I do not, sadly, have time to put a second camera on the Stadium, but that's okay. We're just going to go through how to get all this done while I'm waiting on the Stadium to boot up, and we'll see it connect over here once it's booted up. What I did was I made a full backup of my Helix floor. And I've already tested this once, but I'll go through the whole process again just to kind of show you how you do it if you haven't done it already. And it's still booting up. Alright, it did not auto connect, so let's just do this. Connect. Oh, it is still... There it is, auto connect. It took it a minute to hop on the Wi-Fi. Something I keep forgetting about is it does connect to the Wi-Fi, so it does take a second after boot up for it to connect to the Wi-Fi, apparently. I'm still figuring this out as well. I've just put my hands on it, so. Is it on the Wi-Fi? It should have connected already. Ah, there it goes. So yeah, it does take a minute. I'm going to leave all that in. Normally you'd cut all that crap out to make it more interesting, but for the sake of realism, it did take it a few minutes to, once it booted up, to get on the Wi-Fi. So okay, here we are in the Stadium app. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open. You do not have to have your Helix hardware present. Just open HX Edit. I said open H. Okay, so as you see, I've got HX Edit. I do not have my Helix floor here. So File and Extract Files from Backup. And that is not what I want. So let's go. That's not the one I want. How do I get the other file? There we go. Click on that. Go to wherever your file is, which I made a specific file on my desktop to make this easy. Helix Floor Backup. And hit OK. There's the backup I want from December 5th, 2025. You've got everything checked here. All your presets, set list, all that stuff. And then hit Extract Files. And it pretty quickly, again, I'm going to let this do it in real time. There you go. It's done. Open the folder. And here's all your stuff. So now you can close HX Edit. We can open the Stadium app. And then Librarian, it looks like. And then we can, let's see, let's see what import does. I don't think it'll work, but let's, for the sake of science, we're going to test this out. Let's see. No, I wanted my desktop. What are we doing here? Desktop. Oh, okay. I see. Here we go. There we go. Let's try my... Okay, so it will not work. So, what we have to do is go to... Like I said, I'm figuring this all out as new. So, let's see... Cab IRs. Import. Desktop. Okay, IRs. So let's open. Importing IRs. Okay, so that works. Alright, so there's all my IRs. Oh, I also need to... Did I extract those? I did not. With the Sweetwater purchase, I did get the Eminence IR, so let's import those also. So desktop. And I'll just do the leveled 48. Let's just see what that is. Importing. Okay, rock and roll. Rock and roll. Okay, so that's that. We got that done. Presets. Let me try this. I said something about drag and drop, so let's try that. Okay, I'm going to overwrite my test one. I don't care. Okay, and they do just drag and drop right in. That's awesome. Cool. So, it's still working on it. There are quite a few there. And again, I know this is going to be a weird kind of long video, but I'm trying to do all of this in real time so you can see exactly what's happening. Okay, so there's all that. Can I... New set list. Okay. Alright, I see what's going on here. Alright, so let's do show set list, because that's what I was after. And let's drag these hookers in here. Okay, neat. Now, my understanding is going to have to go remap all of the IRs. Those don't map automatically, which, fine, whatever. I will deal with that. Excuse me, I'll deal with that as I go. Not a big deal. Okay, and that's cool. User preset. Can I rename this? I cannot. So, I'll have to mess with that and see what the dealio is. Anyway, there's some things I still don't know. Again, I'm figuring this out as I go like anyone else would. I don't need those. I just need those and the IRs. If I find I need anything else, I'll screw with it later. But it's a pretty simple process, as you can see. Again, I know there's not a lot of edits here, but that's pretty much it. So let's go... Command Center. Let's go back here. So this is user. So here's all my user presets. But let's go, actually, the one I use the most, main practice. Okay. So this is what I use at rehearsal. What is that? Okay. Oh, the effects loops. Okay, because I do have some outboard gear that I use through effects loops. Some old rat gear, pedals, things like that I incorporate. So, my poor little dog is going ape shit over here. Anyway, so what I'm curious about, Command Center. So now, did any of that... It doesn't look like any of that stuff came over. Command 1, Command 2. So what is... Okay, there's some stuff I got to figure out. Instead of sitting here rambling, I'm just going to go ahead and call it. But it does pull all of your stuff over. What is this? The IR. Empty. Okay, so it's got all my settings, but it doesn't have the IR. So that's interesting. But what I am concerned about, it says Command 1 and Command 2. Oh, preset snapshot. Okay, Command. So the instant 1 and 2. That's the wrong. Okay. I'm dumb. This patch does not need that. So let me go to, here we go. This one is controlling some rack preamps. Now let's go to the command center. All right. So all of that stuff does come over. See, this is why we do this in real time. Brain can work. Brain can function. All right. I know this is probably boring to a lot of you, but all right. So all of your stuff does come over. And this is sending the commands. This is a Marshall JMP1. And I've also got a Voodoo Labs GCX that controls the different loops. I've got a couple of different preamps, so it's got to turn certain loops on and off immediately when I change to the patch. And then this is on the JMP1 itself. This is the clean, this is the crunch, this is the heavy, and this is the lead. So cool. All of that stuff does come over. That is freaking awesome. I love that. All right, so this should have stayed, yeah, because I'm using the V30, so rock and roll. All right, man, this is pretty straightforward, but again, going back to my main patch, I know what I have to do here. So, empty, what I have to do is, oops, there we go. It is 421.57, I believe, was the one that I picked. So anyway, you pull it all over. It's pretty simple with the librarian. Literally drag and drop it. The IRs you can import directly, and away you go. It's pretty straightforward. So could it have been a little better? Could they have remapped the IRs as long as you had them and all that? Yes, but I mean, whatever. It's not that big of a deal, and quite frankly, I might end up changing some of them up. Who knows? So there you go. There it is. How to get all your stuff from your legacy Helix products over to the new Stadium XL. I'm going to play with this some. Y'all enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back with more videos as we go. So thank y'all very much. Have a good weekend.